I did not see the fight, although I heard he lost every round and Floyd Money Mayweather was whipping him pretty good. I was not there. I did not see it. I do not know. Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
We're talking about $1 billion fight, and, you know, I've already, in the sport of boxing, I've already made somewhere upwards of 800 million.
You made money. You're going to make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions.
Just Google Floyd's name and the IRS. All the news is out there. He owes jewelers money. There's back paid rent for real estate in New York. It's clear that he is now part of the no money team, which is very ironic. And why is he?
No, I don't know. Normally, people that are well off don't go back into a sport as barbaric as boxing at 48, X, Y, and Z. That's not normal. But everything doesn't have to make sense to me.
For years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was portrayed as the ultimate symbol of untouchable wealth, surrounded by diamond-studded watches, exotic cars, and sprawling luxury estates. But now, that image is facing serious scrutiny. Stephen A. Smith has brought renewed attention to claims about Mayweather's financial situation, raising questions about what may be happening behind the scenes of his extravagant lifestyle. What once sounded like little more than rumors is now fueling a much bigger conversation about the enormous costs of maintaining such a lavish empire, and whether the wealth on display tells the full story.
No, I'm not coming. I'm not coming out of retirement. I'm retired. I'm an old man. I just look young. I took care of my body. You know, your health is your wealth. I never smoked, never drank. Treated my body good, and I worked extremely hard.
Hey, Floyd, what's the fight? What are you gonna do to keep busy in retirement, Floyd?
What I'm doing in retirement, I made smart investments, so I just lay back. Right now, I'm in my, sometimes we call it a castle, sometimes we call it a palace, sometimes we call it a house, sometimes we call it a mansion. Lay back in my house. You know, it's cool out. Beverly Hills. You know, it's time to get, you know, Mayweather, it's time for us to get a new gentleman's club out here, Girl Collection LA.
The unraveling reportedly begins with a staggering $42 million New York real estate loss. Claims surrounding the alleged deal have spread rapidly online, creating a picture of Mayweather facing serious financial exposure. While his social media continued showcasing luxury purchases and an extravagant lifestyle, speculation about what was happening behind the scenes only grew louder. What once appeared to be limitless spending power was suddenly being questioned, raising bigger concerns about the true cost of maintaining the Mayweather empire.
As you can see, I'm about to get on the jet. Headed to Miami, baby. It's your man Floyd Money Mayweather. It's Air Mayweather. We're on our way to Miami. Come with me.
Reality checks circulating online, including discussions on Reddit, paint a very different picture from the ultra-wealthy image presented to the public. Reports claim the undefeated champion recently took on a $54 million loan carrying a steep 9% interest rate, raising questions about the financial pressures behind his lavish lifestyle. According to the claims, those obligations have reportedly triggered a quiet liquidation of major assets. His famous private jet was allegedly sold, while his massive Las Vegas mansion was reportedly listed at a significant loss. The contrast is striking. A fighter once portrayed as financially untouchable is now being depicted as someone scrambling to cover mounting expenses and protect an empire built on extraordinary spending.
Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never even met him. So I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of properties. You have a lot of money you're constantly spending.
Right.
I don't know. Remember at one point he said he was buying like the jewelry district building.
Yeah, and they said
that
they
wasn't
said that
true.
Was yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know this man's finance, but this guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
See, here's the shitty part about actually losing your money when you're on that level and you're, kind of like flossing, showing up. Nobody gives a shit. Like there's people actually praying for you to be broke. And then when you do go broke, that's what people are gonna say. Yeah. Oh, well, you should have invested better. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna give him any loans. So now, we might see Mayweather doing.
People will give him some loans.
Maybe.
Listen, he's cozying up to Israel. That's
but
not
the
an
thing
accident.
about it is, he had Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
And he was hosting a big, he had Javante Davis under his cards. And so that's a
yeah, but look what happened to Javante.
Right.
Arrested,
so if you can sustain that, you don't ever have to box again. But now has to take fights because, when you floss like Mayweather, you can't go down.
Yeah.
You got to stay right there because people are going to peep any kind of chinks in your armor if you're not wearing 3 or 4 big $1 million diamond chains.
Uncle Sam, however, may no longer be willing to wait. Reports claim Mayweather could be facing more than $20 million in IRS tax liens, adding another serious layer to the growing financial questions surrounding him. According to these allegations, the issue wasn't simply a complicated accounting mistake, but a failure to keep up with major tax obligations while continuing to spend heavily on luxury cars, gambling, and other expensive purchases. And perhaps the most unsettling part of the story is the claim that warning signs were visible years before the current situation began to unfold.
But Floyd Mayweather is the one that seems like he needs the money more right now. Our guy, Andreas Hale, wrote a story that is kind of went somewhat viral. That's crazy, the laugh faces. Although Floyd Mayweather Jr. made hundreds of millions of dollars from his professional boxing career and topped the Forbes list as the highest paid athlete from 2012 to 2014, the boxer is said to have been shortchanged and filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Showtime. The lawsuit filed Tuesday, and obtained by ESPN seeks to recover hundreds of millions of dollars, misappropriated funds, and damages resulting from a long-running and elaborate scheme of financial fraud, breaches in fiduciary duty, and conspiracy orchestrated by Floyd J. Mayweather's former manager and advisor, Al Heyman, with the knowing and substantial participation and aid of defendants Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza. Mayweather, who's 48, says he is owed at least $340 million and cites a complex web of hidden accounts, unauthorized transactions, and deliberate concealment of financial records as the reason he believes he's been defrauded from those funds. Heyman is not named as a defendant in the complaint, which is interesting because I misspoke and said he sued Al Heyman. He's essentially saying that Showtime and Al Heyman colluded to not pay him with Steven Espinoza, but then he doesn't name Heyman in the suit. Very odd. Anyway, it's a mess, and for those people that always thought that Floyd Mayweather had financial troubles because of the money he owed to the IRS, because of the terrible, terrible business and real estate investments that he's made, and apparently some of these have gone under, and he is owed back rent, or he is owing back rent, and he is delinquent on a lot of payments for a lot of different things right now. These things seem to have added up for Floyd, and now it's pretty apparent that not only is he doing these, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very, very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article. Business Insider is reporting that Floyd Mayweather could be facing money trouble, citing an estimated $54 million in debt, property foreclosures, multiple lawsuits piling up. Mayweather's attorney strongly denies he's any kind of financial distress, but the headlines aren't slowing it down. $54 million alleged dollars in debt. So it makes sense why they would want to do this.
Former friend and rapper 50 Cent had already warned that Mayweather's extravagant spending and enormous daily expenses could eventually force him back into the ring. He even claimed that Mayweather had privately approached him for financial help. What once appeared to be nothing more than another chapter in their long-running public feud now looks, at least in hindsight, like a warning that may have been more accurate than many people realized.
There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
Are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face, and he told me to do that.
How did it get to where we started reading just the tweets? Because it seemed like that. Like, I would think that y'all could pick up the phone and say, "Hey man, what's going down here," as opposed to I respect the shooter and fuck boys and you know what I'm saying.
That's not Floyd. Floyd don't tweet.
Wow.
That's not him on Instagram. He got somebody next to him. See, everybody around him's codependent. So they're going to roll with what he's.
With traditional sources of cash allegedly drying up, the push for quick liquidity has reportedly led to some highly controversial decisions. Mayweather has faced criticism over lucrative promotional deals involving questionable cryptocurrency projects, including the infamous Centra card controversy. Critics have accused him of prioritizing the payday over the legitimacy of the ventures he promoted. The controversy extends beyond crypto as well. Logan Paul has publicly alleged that Mayweather failed to pay him $1.5 million connected to their June 2021 exhibition, while also claiming Mayweather privately sold rights to the event in Dubai for $10 million without properly informing him. If those allegations are accurate, they paint a picture of increasingly aggressive financial maneuvering in pursuit of immediate cash.
Hey,
I mean, Floyd Mayweather.
no, I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting
Did
Floyd.
you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million. Maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He fucking smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I'm.
Despite the growing claims surrounding his finances, the man who built the money persona has shown little willingness to back down. When confronted with questions about his alleged financial troubles, Mayweather pushed back confidently, insisting that his earning power remains intact. His message was essentially that he continues to make money simply because he's still in the game, reinforcing the defiant attitude that has defined his public image for years.
Doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion, you know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck.
Tank, however, continues to dismiss the criticism, repeatedly pointing to his remaining private jets and more than 100 real estate properties as evidence that his financial position remains strong. Meanwhile, his social media activity has intensified, with Mayweather showcasing separate fleets of luxury vehicles in all-white and all-black collections. But the flashy displays are convincing fewer people as the financial debate grows louder. Commentators such as Joe Rogan and Shannon Sharpe have questioned the difference between Mayweather's actual liquid wealth and the expensive assets he continues to display. The broader financial argument is straightforward. Maintaining costly jets and accumulating rapidly depreciating supercars can create enormous expenses, and owning impressive assets doesn't necessarily mean having unlimited accessible cash.
And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy. He grew up in a boxing gym, right? And it's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. He got baby mamas all over the. What do you mean? Is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face. The numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. Literally nobody. It's the same thing with boxing pay-per-view. Whatever boxing pay-per-view is the biggest boxing pay-per-view of all time, it's just whoever put out the press release and lied more than the person before them. These have never been confirmed by leadership of a publicly traded company, who is the one that supplies the pay-per-view. It is illegal for them to lie. You have never heard Time Warner, you've never heard Cox, you've never heard DirecTV, you have never heard an executive come out and confirm any of the absurd pay-per-view numbers that you believe to be true. And it's the same thing with the check. I got $100 million for a fight. Oh, you did? Who signed the check? Whoever signed the check is going to want credit for it. There's never been a time that $1 million check was written and the dude that wrote the check didn't make sure that somebody found out he wrote the check. So who wrote the check? Floyd's got a whole bunch of them, apparently. He got $1 billion. Who wrote?
The financial pressure narrative provides the backdrop for what comes next. Floyd Mayweather is now reportedly stepping back into the spotlight, but according to this storyline, the motivation goes beyond legacy or a simple love for boxing. The claim is that Mayweather is preparing for an extremely busy 2026 schedule aimed at generating substantial immediate revenue. The reported comeback campaign is said to begin in June in Athens, Greece, with an unusual exhibition matchup against former kickboxer Mike Zambides.
The legends, Floyd Money Mayweather versus Iron Mike Zambides. It's going to be live in Greece, which I believe that is where Iron Mike Zambides is from. And Saturday, June 27th, that is the exact 11-year anniversary of his retirement fight. Yeah, wait, look at this guy. So first it was Pacquiao, and then Tyson, and now Zambides. There were so many fights that were rumored for Mayweather to do this year, and because this is happening in June, is he gonna fight again after June, or is this the only fight he's gonna do this year? Like I said, I don't expect fireworks from this fight. It'll be cool to see Zambides back if you're a K1 or kickboxing fan. It'll be cool to see Floyd Mayweather back if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan. I don't expect either man to get hurt severely in this fight. It's just going to be a display of boxing from two legends of their respective sports.
But that would only be the opening act. The tour would then escalate into a much bigger exhibition spectacle involving boxing legend Mike Tyson. Unlike the carefully selected low-risk legacy appearances associated with Mayweather's later career, these matchups are portrayed as rapid-fire events designed primarily to generate substantial revenue. The goal, according to this narrative, is to keep the money flowing through a packed schedule of high-profile exhibitions rather than simply adding another chapter to his boxing legacy.
Now I know a fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event, and people from all around the world is going to enjoy it.
Last time we see you in there, do you think we've got...
I don't know. But I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to just still be able to entertain for the people, and you still get a chance.
The ultimate financial lifeline, according to this narrative, would be a blockbuster rematch with Manny Pacquiao on September 19th. Mayweather would reportedly return to the professional ring for another chapter in one of boxing's biggest rivalries, with the event staged at the Sphere in Las Vegas. The proposed distribution strategy would also mark a major shift, with the fight reportedly streaming globally on Netflix rather than relying solely on traditional pay-per-view. That model could open the door to international exposure, sponsorship opportunities, and guaranteed streaming revenue. In this storyline, the event isn't simply another boxing match. It is presented as a carefully planned financial strategy built around generating enormous revenue while keeping Mayweather's lavish lifestyle running.
In the Oscar De La Hoya fight, but let me just ask you.
Well, if you don't know, I want to tell everybody this: the last time I made 25 million, I made more, but last time I made 25 million was 10 years ago. Wow. I'm not bragging or boasting. I'm just telling the truth. I'm appreciative and thankful. $25 million is still great money.
Sure.
But
it's not Mayweather money.
Well, you know, for the last, I don't know how many years, my guaranteed lowest is be like 32, a little bit over 32. That's my lowest. But you'll also know that in the Canelo fight, you know, I made over 100 million in that fight. And then in a Pacquiao, just in 2 fights.
Oh my God.
Pacquiao and Canelo, those 2 fights, somewhere upwards of 400 million. I mean, probably $400 million or better. And just me and sponsorship money. Leading up to the Pacquiao fight, that week I made somewhere 25 to 30 million.
Wow, that's crazy.
So these are my numbers. You know, they can say Floyd lying all they want to. If I was so desperate and hurting for money, I'll come back.
You still be fighting.
Stephen A. Smith leaves the discussion with a much bigger question about Mayweather's influence on boxing. He argues that the relentless focus on money and luxury has shaped how a new generation views success in the sport. Instead of studying legendary fighters for their ring IQ, defensive skills, movement, and technical brilliance, young boxers can become more fascinated by flashy lifestyles and enormous paydays. In Smith's view, the artistry of boxing risks being overshadowed by the pursuit of extreme wealth. Mayweather built his entire public identity around the idea that money represents power and success. But if the fortune behind that image is now being questioned, the bigger question becomes, what remains when the money is no longer the story?
Could potentially make, how much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
How did you get the nickname Money? Did you name yourself Money, or was somebody else?
They just started calling me it.
They just started calling it. You always have a lot of money with you.
A little bit.
Yeah. I have a picture of, this is from Instagram. You're on what looks like a private plane, just with a whole...
No, my private plane.
Your private plane, sorry. With a whole lot of money, and it looks like a couple of bowls of ketchup, maybe, also.
No.
Are you eating this money?
Those are cup holders.
Oh, those are cup holders, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a private plane.
You didn't flew on me.
What do you do with all this money? I mean, like, do you actually use it? I mean, are you using the cash?
And, you know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
How do you even get this much money? What do you do?
Work hard.
I know that, but like, do you go to the bank and say, I need all of it? I want all of the money in your bank.
No, that's not what you do. You order it. You can order it.
Oh, you can?
And when you order a certain amount, when you order millions of dollars, a Brinks truck comes to your home.
Wow.
Yes.
Why not just drive around in one of those things?
I did have, at one particular time, I had a Brinks truck.
You did?
I sold it. Yeah.
Who'd you sell that to?
Another guy who loved money.
Another guy who loved money?
Will this intense 2026 comeback tour actually restore Mayweather's fortune, or could it simply postpone an even bigger financial reckoning? That's the question fans are left asking. Do you believe Floyd Mayweather is genuinely facing serious financial problems and taking these exhibition bouts primarily for the money? Can he successfully return to professional boxing, or could another comeback ultimately damage the legacy he spent decades building? Share your prediction in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest boxing updates. And, of course, let us know what you think. Your opinion could be the most interesting part of the discussion. See you in the next video.